And welcome to today's session of Yoga for Strength and Vitality. Yoga poses, the postures help our bodies to get strong, and our meditation practice and other yoga practices like pranayamas, breathing practices, help us to work with our mind, to get a strong mind. So with a strong body and a strong mind, we're able to live more fulfilled lives. The postures were created by monks in India thousands of years ago so that they could sit on a hard surface floor for a long period of time and meditate. So for us, it allows us also when we sit in meditation, whether we sit on the floor or we sit on a cushion or we sit in a chair, to sit with a straight back without discomfort. And it helps us with everything else we do in life. A strong body and a strong mind trickles in all areas of our lives. So let's begin to practice. We'll start with Tadasana, the mountain pose, having your feet about hip-width apart, lifting the toes up, fanning the toes out, and as you place them down, feel your weight is evenly placed on all four corners of your feet. Then cupping the belly and the lower back, you want to lift up the front, pushing down the lower back, adjusting the hips. Bring the arms up, palms facing up, and bring the arms behind you, maybe an inch, maybe two. Notice the shoulder blades are coming closer together and you're straightening your upper back. And then slowly bring the arms down to the side. When the pinkies touch, turn the palms in. Oftentimes our head leads the way, so 2 fingers at the chin, gently pushing the chin back. It's quite important because we all look at our phones and other devices, looking down too many times a day. So pushing the chin back so the ears are above the shoulders. Close your eyes, make a mental note of your pose. Tadasana, the mountain pose. And let's do 5 full yoga breaths. Inhaling through the nose, with the exhalation bending forward, hands towards your feet. With the inhalation rising up, bone by bone, coming up onto the toes into a V, stretching up high. And with the exhalation, bending down, timing your movement with your breath, inhaling up and exhaling down. And one more time, bending forward, squeezing the stale air out of the lungs, with the inhalation coming up. And then coming onto the heels, palms at the chest, pausing with your eyes closed. In the centering position, pranam, palms at the heart, palms at the chest, elbows are relaxed. Let's keep the eyes closed. And if you like, you can form an affirmation for yourself. Maybe a well wish. Make it a simple phrase, mentally repeating it 3 times. You can begin with I hope for, I wish for, maybe I pray for. Make it a simple phrase, mentally repeating it. And then letting it go. May the higher will be done. And bring your attention back. Let's move into half moon pose. So you can bring your feet and ankles closer together. If balance is an issue, keep them at hip distance apart. Inhaling, arms up, left hand in front of the right, thumbs are locked, stretching up on the toes, reaching up as you inhale, coming onto the heels as you exhale and sideways to your left. You can use your left hand to bring that upper arm back by the ear. Strength and courage fill my body cells is the affirmation. With the inhalation coming up, stretching up on the toes, reaching up, exhaling onto the heels and arms down to the side. Back to our Tadasana alignment, pausing with the eyes closed. What we do on one side, we need to do on the other as well. So inhaling, arms up, right hand in front this time. Inhaling, stretching on the toes. Exhaling onto the heels and sideways to your right. Half moon pose stimulates the function of the adrenal glands, which is so important for hormonal functions in our bodies. And with an inhalation, coming up straight, stretching on the toes, reaching up, down onto the heels, arms down to the side, back to Tadasana, eyes closed, and pause. Let's practice balance by placing one foot exactly in front of the other, creating a straight line with both feet. Then make sure the weight is evenly placed on both legs. If you're a little wobbly, you can have your hands out in your peripheral vision. And if you're still, bring the forearms, cross the forearms and place the hands on the shoulders. Dim your eyes. You want to have a focal point. Focus is important in all the balance poses. Maybe you can soften your gaze. And let's bring the opposite foot forward. Heel touching toes, weight evenly placed. And releasing, feet side by side. Pause with your eyes closed. Take a couple of deep inhalations and exhalations. And we'll begin with a tree pose. Weight onto the left leg, bringing your right foot up, either inside your lower leg, inside your upper leg. You can also bring it on top of your thigh if that's what you prefer in your tree. Focal point is very important. And then bring the palms to the chest, prana, centering position. I am calm, I am poised is the affirmation for the tree. Our equilibrium declines at age 35. So from then on, it's up to us to practice balance. Feel like you can move into a variation with me or stay in the pose with palms at the chest, bringing your right hand, holding Jnana Mudra, forefinger and thumb together on your upper bent knee, and bring the opposite arm out and up, reaching up. I am calm, I am poised. And to come out, palms to the chest. Slowly lower your foot. Pause and center with your eyes closed. Opening the eyes, find your focal point and weight onto the right foot. Moving onto the opposite side, opposite leg up. If you like to move to the variation, Left hand resting on the bent knee, holding Jnana Mudra. Opposite arm up. And to come out, slowly lower the arms, palms together at the chest, lowering your foot, pausing with eyes closed. And let's do an ankle twist. So with the inhalation coming up onto the tippy toes, arms parallel to the floor, and twisting sideways to your left. So you need to shift your focal point as your body moves. Slowly back to the center and to the other side. And back to the center. Staying high up on the toes, the balls of your feet, pushing the big toe into the mat. And with the exhalation, slowly lowering down. Let's come up again, sweeping the arms up, palms facing up, inhaling, reaching up. And exhaling down. Moving slowly, timing your breath with your movement. Inhaling up. And exhaling down, moving slowly. And one last time. And pausing, eyes closed. Separating your feet nice and wide, insteps parallel to each other. Bring the hands to the waist. Let's warm up the lower back by making circles with the torso. And make bigger circles, smaller circles, moving faster or slower, 3 to 5 times each direction. And let's clasp the hands behind the back. We'll do a center unicorn. Maybe you can even bring the palms together with your hands clasped. Inhaling, arching back. With the exhalation, bending forward, lifting the arms behind you. And soften the knees. Relax the kneecaps. Keeping your head down, lower the arms onto your back, sliding your hands down your legs. And stay where you can. Could be your shins, your ankles, if you can reach your feet. 2 fingers around the big toes, cap it with a thumb. It's called a mudra, which is an energy lock in yoga. Lifting your head, looking up. And with the next exhalation, relaxing your head down, keeping your left hand on your leg or on your foot. Bring your right arm up. Classic triangle pose, looking up past your outstretched hand. And having the palm facing forward towards your hip.
And place the left hand on the floor in between your feet, about a foot forward. Now straighten both arms and looking up again. Slowly lower your right arm, right hand to the right leg or foot. Centering your head and lifting your left arm up, looking up. And right hand on the floor in between your feet, arms straight, looking up again. And untwisting, clasping the hands behind your back one more time, lifting the arms up high, guiding your head down low. Breathing deeply. Bring your head down, lower the arms onto your legs one more time, slide them down. Place the hands in the center next to each other, in between your feet, about a half a foot or a foot forward. Take an inhalation, and with the exhalation, bending your elbows, trying to guide the top of the head onto or towards the mat. With the next inhalation, straighten your arms, then place the hands to the waist, and coming up. Gentle arch back. Stepping your feet together. Arms to your side, back to Tadasana, pausing with eyes closed. You might feel a release of energy in your back. Maybe there's some tingling, maybe there's some warmth. It's all good. And let's do another balance pose, the eagle pose. Weight onto the left leg, left foot, bending that knee slightly so that you can wrap your right leg around more easily. Left arms on top, elbows bent, palms touching. And slightly lifting the elbows, increasing the stretch across the upper back and shoulders. In the center of life storms, I stand serene is the affirmation for the eagle. Untwisting arms, uncrossing your legs, pausing with eyes closed. For the other side, weight onto the right, wrapping your left leg around. Right arm on top, elbows bent, palms touching. Now, if for some reason that doesn't work with your arms, you can place the elbows, forearms, and palms together. Slightly lifting the elbows up, increasing the stretch across the upper back and shoulders. And untwisting arms, uncrossing legs, pausing with eyes closed, breathing deeply. Moving to the front of your mat. We'll do jackknife pose with the inhalation, bringing the arms out and up,
Stretching up onto the toes, arms up by the ears. And with the exhalation, swan diving forward. So palms down. Lower the arms down the side, keeping your back straight as you lower onto your heels. And slowly bending forward. You can just hang there. You can also move your hips from side to side or sway your arms from side to side. You can hold onto your elbows or forearms. Breathing deeply, enjoying the jackknife pose. And let's do a twist, bringing the left hand to the outside of the right leg or foot. Right arm up, looking up past your outstretched hand. Slowly lowering the right to the outside of the left leg, everything on the other side, lifting your left arm up. And slowly lower. Placing the hands next to your feet. You can bend your knees for this if you need to. Stepping back into a downward dog. So left foot back and right foot back. Your hands are about shoulder width apart. Feet are about hip width apart. Let's inhale, coming up onto the tippy toes, shifting the weight into the hands, leaning forward, keeping your knees bent, so a soft bend in the knees. With the exhalation, chest towards the knees, stretching the heels down. Try to straighten your legs now, holding the downward dog. The hips are up high. Let's move to high plank. Lower the hips down. So having the wrists under your shoulders. Straight line, engaging the tummy muscles, so navel to the spine and pull the shoulders back. Looking down. With the next exhalation, lifting the hips up high, pushing the heels of the hands into the mat, back to the downward dog. And lifting your left leg up, three-legged dog pose, bending your left knee, lifting the knee and open the hip to the left. And lowering the left leg, lifting the right leg up. Bending your knee, open the hip to the right. And lowering your right foot as well. Lower the knees onto the mat, tops of the feet on the mat, pushing yourself back, sitting on your heels, arms are straight in front of you for extended child's pose. Forehead resting on the mat. Deeply breathing. Just melt into the mat, fold into your mat. And lifting the hips, placing the wrists under the shoulders, the knees under the hips. And we'll do cat-cow, rounding your spine like an angry cat. With the inhalation, sagging your back down, looking up, moving the hips out. And 4 more times with your breath, exhaling, rounding, inhaling, sagging down. And keeping the spine straight and neutral. Bringing the left knee to the forehead. And then lifting that left leg behind you, looking up. Bending your elbows towards the back, forehead to the mat. Knee back to the forehead, onto the mat. And the other side, right knee to the forehead. Lifting your leg behind you, looking up. And bending your elbows towards the back. Trying to keep the forearms off the mat. Letting the shoulders and the muscles do the work. And pushing the hands into the mat, knee back to the forehead, onto the mat. And let's do cat-cow again, rounding your spine like an angry cat. Sagging down, looking up. And keeping the spine straight, straightening your left leg and lift it up. And your right arm. Trying to keep the arm up by the ear. Slowly lowering down. And the other side, right leg up and left arm up. And lower. Let's do cat-cow again, rounding your back as you exhale. Sagging down, looking up as you inhale. And with the next exhalation, sitting on your heels again. With the next inhalation, sliding forward into cobra pose. So moving low on the mat, placing the hands under your shoulders, elbows are hugging your body as you arch up, looking up. I rise joyfully to meet each new opportunity. Shoulders down, away from the ears. And slowly lowering down. Right cheek on the mat. Relax the arms to the side. Pausing for a moment. Let's do a locust variation. Bending your left leg and bring your right leg on top of your foot. So like making a kickstand with your left leg for your right leg to rest on top. Slowly releasing. Let's move on to the other side right away. Making a kickstand with your right and having your left leg on top. So the arch of your foot, the roundness of the sole of your foot is supporting your knee, the knee of the straight leg. And have your chin or forehead on the mat, whichever is more comfortable for you. And slowly releasing. Placing the opposite cheek on the mat, pausing for a moment. And bring the hands under your shoulders again. Elbows are hugging the body. We'll move up into high plank pose from here again. So pushing the hands into the floor, the feet are curled, the toes are curled. And lifting up to plank. looking down. Navel to the spine that engages the tummy muscles that take pressure off the lower back. Take an inhalation here with your exhalation, lifting the hips up, back into downward dog. Adjusting your step if you need to. Pushing the heels of the hands into the mat. And slowly begin to walk your feet towards your hands. Have a soft bend in your knees as you place your palms together. With the inhalation rising up bone by bone, palms to the chest, pausing with your eyes closed. And separating the feet again, nice and wide, insteps parallel to each other. We'll do extended side triangle, arms up, this time palms are down. Moving your left foot out at an angle. And reaching to the left, reaching as far as you can, and then lower your hand down. Your hand might be at your shin, at your knee, at your ankle, at your foot, or on the floor. Opposite arm up, looking up past your outstretched hand. Both legs are straight, knees are relaxed. And bending your left knee, placing your left hand inside your foot by the instep, looking up past your outstretched right hand again. Then lower your right hand to the instep, place the left hand outside of your foot, swivel the heel of the back leg up, keeping that left knee bent, and bringing your left arm up, looking up past your outstretched hand. And lower your left hand as well, walking your hands to the center. Now swivel both heels down, both toes are facing forward, hands at the waist with the inhalation coming up. Gentle arch back. And then standing up straight, arms up again, parallel to the floor. And now right foot out at an angle. We reach to the right into our extended side triangle pose. Lower the hand down where you can. Opposite arm up, looking up past your outstretched hand. And bending your right knee, placing the right hand by your instep. Left arm stays up, looking up past your outstretched hand. And lower the left hand to the instep, right hand outside your foot, swivel the heel of the back leg up. And lifting your right arm, looking up past your outstretched hand. We need a little bit of balance here. Pick a focal point. And slowly lower your arm, walking your hands to the center, bringing the toes of the right foot forward, hands at the waist, inhaling, coming up, arching back, and stepping your feet together. Arms to the side, check your posture back into Tadasana if the arms are in the front. Rotate the shoulders up and back, making sure your arms are by the outer seams of your pants. Deeply breathing. And let's do a chair pose. You can do the chair with your feet and ankles together, or you can keep them hip width apart, whichever you prefer. With the inhalation, bring the arms up in front of you as you're at the same time sitting back, bending your knees, as if you want to sit in a chair that's too far behind you. And lowering down another inch. And maybe another inch. And coming to a squat position. Placing the palms at the chest, balancing on your toes. And let's do a twist from here, balancing on the toes. Bringing the right elbow to the outside of the left thigh, twisting, looking sideways. Moving back to the center and onto the other side. And back to the center. Let's sit down. And lie down, lying on your back. You can fold your knees into the chest, hugging your knees. Perhaps roll from side to side gently, or cupping your knees with your palms, making circles with the knees, massaging your back. And we'll move into a couple of simple inversions. So bringing your arms close to your sides. I usually tuck my arms under my side, under the sides of my body, I should say. So almost sitting on my arms. And bring the knees in close to the chest, lifting the lower legs, straightening your legs. And you can rotate feet and ankles a few times if you like. Slowly getting your body used to being upside down. For the simple inverted pose, Viparita Karani, bringing the legs over your head with some momentum, supporting your hips with your hands, and bringing your legs straight up. Legs are straight but relaxed. Or you can stay here if you like, or you can walk your hands further up your back into a shoulder stand. Bring your legs into a parallel plow, so bring the legs parallel to the floor, stretching your arms behind you, palms and forearms flat on the mat. If you like, you can move into a full plow by touching the toes down onto the floor above you. You can bring your arms around your head, encircling your head like a halo, fingertips almost touching. You can also do ear closer by bending your knees by each side of your ears. Bring your arms behind you, palms and forearms flat on the mat.
Straightening your legs again for a full plow or for a parallel plow. And if you like, you can move into an advanced shoulder stand by clasping your hands behind you or pushing the forearms into the mat, lifting both legs simultaneously back to a shoulder stand. And slowly begin to come out by bridging out, bringing over one leg at a time, counterbalance with the other. Or you can also bend your knees, both knees, and roll down bone by bone. Again, hugging your knees. Any movement that feels good to you on your back. And let's move into happy baby pose. So keeping the knees bent, separating your legs, holding onto your feet. If you have real long legs, maybe holding onto your ankles. Ideally, the knees are touching the floor by each side of you. That's quite a stretch. Some people like to roll from side to side, massaging their back in this position. Or you can hold it still, stretching the shoulders as well as the tailbone onto the mat. And releasing, placing the feet down, keeping the knees bent, having your knees and feet about hip width apart, not too far apart. For bridge pose, lifting the hips up, reaching down, clasping your hands underneath you, lifting one shoulder at a time, tucking the shoulder blades closer together as well. Lifting the hips up high. And sitting down, straighten your left leg, keeping your right knee bent. Using the left hand to guide that knee over to the left, making sure you roll all the way onto the left hip so that that knee can touch the floor. Then bring your right arm in a straight armed arc over, looking over to the right. Take a lot of deep inhalations and exhalations, breathing tension away in your supine spinal twist. Slowly bringing your right arm back to the knee, guiding your knee to the center. Straighten your leg and everything on the other side. And guiding your left hand back to the knee, guiding your knee to the center. Hugging both knees, rolling from tailbone to the hip, a few times back and forth until you come up to a seated position. Let's place the hands next to the hips, setting the legs straight. The feet are flexed, so the toes are facing up. We'll do a movement. There is a sequence of poses called the 5 Tibetans, and this is from the 5 Tibetans. So with the inhalation, bending the knees, coming up onto the soles of your feet, and bringing the hips up, letting the head hang down for a tabletop. With the exhalation, sitting back down in between your hands.
So let's do that 4 more times, timing it with the breath, inhaling up and exhaling down. And one last time, inhaling up and exhaling down, sitting down in between your hands. Pausing with your hands on your thighs, eyes closed for a moment. Go ahead to the knee pose, keeping the right leg out. Bring your left leg in, the left sole of your foot is inside your right thigh. Hands are resting on your thigh, foot is flexed. Inhale, lifting your spine. With the exhalation, sliding forward to your point of comfort. With inhalation, sliding back up. Pausing for a moment with your eyes closed. And then switching legs. Inhale, lifting your spine. With your exhalation, sliding down your left leg to your point of comfort. And the inhalation, sliding back up. Straighten both legs in front of you for posterior stretch. With the inhalation, lifting the arms up by the ears, stretching up high. With the exhalation, folding forward. Now you might be at your shins, you might be at your ankles, you might be at your feet, or at your toes. Again, if you can easily reach your toes, your feet, 2 fingers around the big toe, cap it with a thumb, forming a mudra energy lock. And let's arch the shoulders back, arching the back, looking up to the ceiling. Keep breathing while you hold the stretch, pulling the shoulders back. Take a deep inhalation. And as you exhale, see if you can fold forward. And with the inhalation, releasing, sliding back up, pausing for a moment with a straight back, hands on your thighs, eyes closed. Let's conclude with an inclined plane and a variation. So bringing your left arm back, your right arm back. And you can have your fingers towards you if that's better for your wrists, or make fists with your hands. Adjust yoga to your body, to your needs. And coming up onto the toes, lifting the hips up and letting your head rest back. And slowly lowering down. Let's do a side plank variation, coming onto the right knee. So the right lower leg is parallel with the short side of your mat. Coming up onto your right hand, lifting your left leg up, dorsiflex that foot, and lifting your arm, looking up past your outstretched hand. And slowly lower arm and leg. Pausing for a moment in the firm pose. Then moving on to the other side. Coming onto your left knee, left hand, opposite hand to the waist. Lifting your leg up, dorsiflex the foot, lifting your arm. And looking up past your outstretched hand. And slowly releasing, lowering down, coming onto the knees. Firm pose, right big toe over left big toe, sitting in between your heels. Palms facing up in the crease of thighs and torso. Let's stretch the shoulders back and then relax them, pausing for a moment with eyes closed. Allow your face to soften. Your head and neck, your shoulders relaxed. Take another deep breath. And then take this sweet mood into deep relaxation. So lying on your back, getting comfortable lying on your back. Legs straight. Arms by your side, palms facing up. Preparing for deep relaxation. If there's another movement you would like to do, please do. Get comfortable. Deep relaxation is a conscious process of relaxing the body part by part. Try to keep your mind engaged in the process to gain all the benefits. At this point, you can lift your legs a couple of inches off the floor with a little bit of tension, lift them up and let them flop down. Do the same with your arms, making fists with the hands, lifting the arms and let them flop down. You can also lift your head into the chest, lengthening your spine with your head and neck and letting the head come down onto the mat. Let's begin by seeing, feeling, or imagining the soft white mist-like light entering your room. It moves towards you and gently surrounds your beautiful physical form. This light lifts you up and it feels like floating on a cloud. Invite this light to enter the toes of your left foot, toe by toe. Filling your ankle, lower leg, knee, thigh, and hip. Your left leg is completely relaxed. Now guide this light into the toes of your right foot, toe by toe. Right ankle, lower leg, knee, thigh, and hip. Both legs are completely relaxed. Now guide this healing light into your torso, entering your abdomen, filling your stomach and your chest. Allow it to move deeper inside, touching your internal organs with this healing light. Moving up, encircling your beautiful heart, expanding out and filling your whole chest with healing white light. Now guiding this light into your back, relaxing away tension from your lower back. Moving through the middle part, into your upper back, relaxing all tension away. Now guide this light into the fingers of your left hand, finger by finger. into your wrist, forearm, elbow, upper arm, and shoulder. Guide it into your right hand, finger by finger. Right wrist, forearm, elbow, upper arm, and shoulder. This peaceful light moves into your neck and throat like a wave flowing into your face, relaxing your jaw, filling mouth and lips, your nose, your cheeks. It enters your ears, touches your temples, moves into your eyes and into your forehead. This peaceful light moves inside your head, inside your brain, melting away thoughts and feelings. It leaves your body through your head, once more surrounding you, expanding out and filling your room with your peace. Expanding out further and leaving your room. Your peaceful light of consciousness moves through the city, over houses and trees, over oceans, mountains and continents, into space, to infinity, keeping you completely relaxed and completely in peace. Enjoy this peace. Enjoy. Home. Gently preparing to guide your consciousness back. Trace it back over houses and trees, back into your room, back into your physical form. Energy and consciousness enters your head, fills your brain, moves down into your face, feel it behind your eyes, down your neck and throat, into your shoulders, arms, hands, and fingers. Vitalized energy and consciousness fills your torso from your chest, down into your stomach, all the way down to the hips, thighs, lower legs, feet, and toes. Moving fingers and moving toes. And let's stretch the arms up above your head. Double inhale, stretching up high. And double exhale, relaxing down. Then you can roll over onto your favorite side. Just lie there for a moment longer. Knees bent, your head on your elbow like a pillow. And then slowly but surely sitting up, coming to a seated position. And let's rotate the shoulders with a little bit of tension forward, up and back. Let's energize a little bit. Make sure we're fully back in our bodies. Of course, it's ideal to meditate right after doing postures. The body is limber and loose, free of tension, moving head and neck from side to side. You can do your own meditation, or in only 30 minutes, we'll have on our members page, you can sign up for meditations with Bharata, which are always wonderful to do, starting at 5:30. Let's make circles with the face or head and neck rotations 3 times each direction. And bring the arms out and up. Inhaling, stretching up. Let's move to a twist. Left hand behind you, right hand, the outside of the left knee. Twisting, looking over your shoulder, looking back. Coming to the center and inhaling up again, reaching up again onto the other side, opposite side. Looking over your shoulder, looking behind you. And coming to the center. Thank you for joining us today. Have a wonderful rest of the day, rest of the evening. Namaste, which means my soul bows to your soul. Namaste.